going on, my friends? Alright, Boba Fett had a daughter and she's in Mandalorian Season 2? There's a chance that could come true. Let's talk about all that and more Mando news. Welcome back to the Rogue Outpost. Jon Favreau has been dropping hints on his Instagram account over the past few months, even going as far as posting a photo of the man, the myth, the legend himself, George Lucas, posting with Baby Yoda, as well as what looks like a Gamorrean guard from Jabba's palace went on Weight Watchers. Very interesting. We are going to see more of our four heroes, Cara Dune, Din Djarin, Greef Karga, as well as Baby Yoda in the fall of this year. Bob Iger recently stated that the season will release in October. Rumors have been stirring that Season 2 is already done shooting and done production after Gina Carano posted a picture with the caption, "That's a wrap on Season 2. Absolutely love this work and the people in it." If they are this ahead of schedule with Mando Season 2, do we have more seasons coming then? And do we even have maybe more spin-off series? I know there's been rumors of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series being delayed. Different things came from Kathleen Kennedy. But are we going to potentially see an uprise in the spin-off series with the production of Mando 2 coming along so quickly? We could possibly even see an Obi-Wan series come much quicker than we anticipated. We could even see something such as a Cara Dune series. We could see something over her entire background of her as a shock trooper. The thing that excites me most is probably going to be the amount of characters that they could bring into the Mando Season 2, especially something like along the lines of Boba's daughter, Aelin Vel. Originally, she was an expanded universe character. If any of you have ever read any of the EU novels, you would know that she became a very well-known bounty hunter in her own right, after Boba Fett had to leave her family when she was very, very young. Her father ran away, basically. Her mother died when she was 15, so she had this grudge against her father for her entire life. Even going as far as taking a bounty for her own father and chasing the legendary Han Solo on multiple occasions. It would be an interesting way to kind of bring in the fan favorite Fett family without having to have a retcon of anything, without saying, "Oh yes, Boba Fett survived. Maybe he just had a daughter." Could Vel even explain the spurs that we hear at the end of Episode 5? It would be so cool to see them bring in another villain other than Moff Gideon. Would she carry on the legendary Fett tradition of wearing the spurs? I don't think I've seen anybody else in the entire Star Wars universe that wears spurs. But speaking of Moff Gideon, I would also be very interested to see the story of how he came to be the holder of the Darksaber. They could even bring in the character from the Rebels and Clone Wars series, Bo-Katan Kryze. Sabine Wren gave the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, which makes me think that Bo-Katan can enter the story as well. It would also be very interesting of how it would go from Bo-Katan to Moff Gideon. We could potentially see some flashbacks to the Purge of Mandalore and things of that nature. What makes me think that Bo-Katan could enter the story as well is a tweet from the voice actor Katie Sackhoff, who plays Bo-Katan in both the Clone Wars and the Rebel series. She tweeted, it says, "Gotta say, today was pretty much a career high for me. One day soon you'll understand what I mean, but for now, just know that it's the coolest thing ever." This was tweeted at the same time that the Mando Season 2 was being filmed. Is there the potential that we see a full background of Moff Gideon? We get to learn more of how he became to have that Darksaber and how he knows so much about Mandalore, and he knows so much of the Purge. Another potential person that could appear in the series is Janina Gavankar, who played the protagonist Iden Versio in the video game Star Wars Battlefront 2. When she was asked on Twitter whether she could reprise the role in a live action by a fan, she answered, "Well, you'll have to ask Mr. Dave Filoni." Filoni, who directed the first episode of The Mandalorian, has not responded to the rumors at this point. There's even another good lineup of directors for this season. Of course, we have Dave Filoni. He's integral to basically anything that Star Wars makes for TV and things of that nature. Rick Famuyiwa, Deborah Chow, who is also going to direct the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series. Bryce Dallas Howard will be returning, as well as Taika Waititi. Season 2 is off to a similarly strong start in terms of personnel, as show co-creator Jon Favreau will step in the director's chair for at least one episode, while Carl Weathers was also confirmed as a director back in October. Now, Slash Films is also reporting that in an interview with this executive producer Jon Favreau, It was confirmed that he will indeed be directing multiple episodes. He was quoted as saying, "I am pumped for this." IGN reported that Robert Rodriguez of Spy Kids could also direct an episode as well. Favreau confirmed that there would also be an epic level lightsaber battle between Moff Gideon and someone else, not the Mando and not Baby Yoda. So what could that mean? Who else would have a saber to fight? It's much more questions left unanswered. Could we see Darth Maul? Could we see the crime syndicate that he runs? Could they return? Could we see Sabine Wren? Could we see Boba Fett himself? Could we even go back as far as go to The Force Awakens? Could we see them go meet up with Maz Kanata? Could she help try and find Baby Yoda's parents? Or could we see some of the classic bounty hunters? Could we see Bosk? Could we see Forlong? Could we see any of those classic bounty hunters from episode 5 that we all know and love? Alright guys, well if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And my friends, may the Force be with you.